Hi, Roger Hill of Weathering Heights Consulting. This is the Velco weather brief for Monday, the 4th of August. And what we're looking at here is the GFS ensemble members, and basically it shows you day by day. This is 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. and so forth. And you can see the next at least 3 days, probably into 4 or 5 days. We're looking at some chances of precipitation just about each afternoon. This will be shower and thunderstorm activity. Um, Nothing that's going to be super strong, however, as indicated, with not a lot of high winds aloft and a tremendous amount of cape. But we're looking at instability showers pretty much every day, and temperatures supporting that. Now, what we have here is here's the 4th of August. This would be the 5th of August, and again, it goes till 8 p.m. Not a tremendous amount of precipitation, but chances for each day across a section of Vermont. This is based off of Burlington. One thing I want to show you, though, later on here, looks like just down the road a piece, we're looking at the possibility of much drier weather as some of the ensemble members have backed off. Now, taking a look at the European model, this is the day-by-day 6-hourly forecast here. This would be today at some of the shower and thunderstorm activity that worked through this morning. But you notice that we have, again, a daily diet of shower and thunderstorm activity. This illustrates precipitation. We're talking about, just a few hundredths of an inch each day here. This happens to be valid, looks like 8 p.m. Tuesday evening. So looking further down the road here, 8 p.m. Tuesday evening, right here, and then precipitation falls off. Looks like another little flare-up on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, a little bit more southern Vermont based. Again, this is the European model, a little bit more accurate. But then a little bit cooler air arrives aloft and probably reduces the chances for thunderstorm activity and just gives us a little bit of shower activity for both Thursday and Friday. So I'm not forecasting thunderstorms. Now we get a little bit further along the road here. Friday, a few afternoon showers, nothing major there. Then we get into on Saturday and Sunday, looks like we dry out. There's an area of higher pressure that is going to be working in and eventually sitting over the top of New England. Just show you that here. There's that area of higher pressure with dry weather. You notice not a whole lot going on right through basically Monday and possibly into Tuesday. However, mid to late next week, well, we're starting to see more showers and thunderstorms with a bona fide weather system. This is way down the road. We're talking about 9-10 days out. And here's the European model accumulated precipitation forecast. You can see some precipitation in Vermont. Main storm tracks looks like off the east coast, and the monsoon is pretty strong through parts of the Great Basin, and then a track of looks like another disturbance that works its way, and then right off the southeast U.S. coast. So main precipitation belt looks like across some of the plains and into the southeast United States. Again, now we're working close to 10 days out. However, not a tremendous amount of precipitation from Vermont, and let's say through next Monday or so. Well, let's see, 12Z Tuesday. Let's take it through Monday afternoon. We're not looking at a whole lot here, just about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. Looks like a little bit to the west of us. We might see a little bit more across parts of New York State here. Here's a quick look at the 7-day forecast. Again, Vermont, not showing a tremendous amount of precipitation. We're talking just about a ½ inch here and 0.25 of an inch there. Main storm centers looks like we'll be working across the high plains into the southeast United States. Fairly a lot of tropical moisture. Some of this could be associated with the passing of Tropical Storm Bertha, which we'll get to a little bit later. And this here is the Vermont mountaintop temperature, 850 millibar readings. And as we go along here, it looks like a little bit of a trough of low pressure in that green shading with cooler temperatures tries to work toward the region, remains over Quebec and parts of southeastern Canada. And it does look like it peaks out with the coolest air probably for the late part of this week. Nothing extreme here to report. And as we get into the early part of next week, it looks like temperatures do warm up. You might notice the brighter reds there. These are very, very warm temperatures, even aloft over toward the Intermountain West, and looks like the southern plains are heating up again. And as we get into basically beyond this coming weekend, looks like a little bit of a warm up here in Vermont. Here's the latest temperature anomaly projections. Now, in terms of temperature, you notice we're pretty close to normal. These are maximum temperatures. Again, cool spots where it's going to be raining across the high plains, and even parts of the west. They're seeing some monsoon moisture, and the tendency is to lower the temperature a little bit. That's good for the drought conditions. Again, maximum temperature anomaly is focusing 3 to 7 days out. Vermont, northern New England looking like pretty close to normal in terms of maximum temperatures. A little bit warmer, and then there's also some cooling that's been taking place roughly around Lake Superior, where upwelling is taking place and some very chilly waters having an effect on the local air temperatures. And any kind of an airstream out of the south, well, it brings that cooler air, and so this is being reflected here. A little bit of a warm up down the road late in the week for parts of the Pacific Northwest. Vermont, we're going to just kind of hold our own here. Not really warm, not really cold, but not too bad either. Here's the hourly temperature levels from the University of Iowa. They give a great meteogram of forecast projections on temperature. So here's the temperatures today, 75 to 80 across Vermont, overnight lows and so forth. You notice a little bit warmer on Tuesday, and then we take a little bit of a downslide and in general, and then we start to warm up as we get into next week. Now, here's the various models. We're using the NAM, a lot of GFS, nothing in the European model here, so getting out this far is going to be a little bit suspect. Now, taking a look at dew point temperatures, it looks like we're moderately humid, 60 to 65 degree dew points, meaning the atmosphere is pretty juiced up, available for, of course, scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. And then it looks like the dew point temperatures make a nice fall. Things dry out, much drier air mass here. A little bit of an uptick on the some of the modeling GFS for Thursday, but we kind of hold our own. And usually as we get below about 55 degrees, we lose a lot of the convection, so it looks like we're going to be calming things down and turning to fairly quiet weather there. And this is a quick look at the winds. Nothing major here. We're looking at really 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. And the general direction is that we're seeing that out a little bit out of the northwest over the course of the next couple of days. Coming back out of the south, it looks like on, well, Tuesday afternoon. And then back to a bit of a northwesterly wind. The hope is we don't get a lot of smoke as those winds aloft blow in from the northwest eventually. Okay, taking a look at the tropics right now, we have Tropical Storm Bertha at 11 a.m. advisory. They're looking at a Category 1 max sustained wind at 80 miles per hour. That's a Category 1 hurricane. And Bertha is north of the Bahamas, and I'll show you the track right now. The movement is north at about 15 knots, 17 miles an hour. This is, of course, good news. It's going to be off the coast. Now here is Hurricane Bertha, which is off the coast. It takes it well off the coast, and really not a problem for too many folks until it gets extratropical and blows toward Europe. And that's going to be a long ways away. This is the tropical storm, or now hurricane, Category 1 Hurricane Bertha, modeled here. Looks like it's in a little bit short of some of the models. Doesn't last for very long. We're talking about 60, 72 hours off the eastern seaboard, off the southeast coast. And then it looks like a lot of the models weaken it as it turns extratropical and lasts 120, 144 hours and so forth. So once again, focusing on Tropical Storm Bertha, now Category 1 Hurricane Bertha. And this is a reconnaissance that took off overnight, and you can see how the reconnaissance flights were sampling Bertha here. And here's the track, and I'm going to move this a little bit more into favor of Vermont. You see Category 1, Category 1. This is now National Hurricane forecast track projection, and it looks like we go into a tropical storm as it gets a little bit off, sort of parallel the Middle Atlantic northeast coast, and then weakens as time goes on. Not a problem for land. A quick look at the GFS ensemble. Some of the ensemble models takes, again, Hurricane Bertha. Not a problem for North America, but maybe a little bit for Newfoundland, but down the road a piece could be a problem for the British Isles. Okay, getting back to precipitable water here real quickly to recap. It looks like we do have the chances for showers and thunderstorms the rest of Monday, Looks like things improve overnight tonight, and then we get into Tuesday. We'll probably see a little bit more shower and thunderstorm activity scattered in nature and mostly focused into the afternoon and early evening. And then things fall apart, and we have drier air beginning to work down and into our neck of the region. As temperatures cool, dew points become cooler. It looks like we lose convection, even though we have a threat of a shower that'll extend probably into Thursday and perhaps even into Friday afternoon per the European model. Thanks for watching. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.